When you hear the word forgiveness, what comes to mind? For a lot of people, it feels like losing, like it didn't hurt, it didn't matter, they got away with it. But that's not what biblical forgiveness is. It's choosing to stop carrying what was never yours to carry. Jesus didn't call us to deny our pain. He called us to release our right to revenge and trust God with justice. Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you." Forgiveness is not permission. You can forgive someone and still recognize what they did was wrong. Forgiveness does not erase boundaries. Someone can be forgiven and still lose access to your life if trust has been broken. Forgiveness does not mean immediate reconciliation. Reconciliation requires two willing people. Forgiveness only requires one willing heart. So what does forgiveness do? It sets you free. Because resentment asks you to carry yesterday into tomorrow. It keeps replaying the conversation, rehearsing the offense, and reliving the wound, and eventually the person who hurt you isn't carrying the weight anymore. You are. Jesus invites us to put that burden down. Ephesians 4:31 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling, and slander, among every form of malice." Forgiveness doesn't excuse what happened. It simply refuses to let what happened continue to own your heart. That's freedom. Not because they earned it, because Jesus has already set you free. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's John 8:32. One of the biggest shifts in healing is learning to separate what belongs to you from what belongs to someone else. In Soulformation, I call this responsibility and release. Take responsibility for your healing, responsibility for your response, responsibility for doing what you know is right. Then release what was never yours to carry. Their choices, their opinions, their emotions, their timeline. Forgiveness is often less about forgetting the past and more about refusing to let the past define your future. If this conversation revealed places where you're still trying to carry wounds that God never intended you to carry, my Soulformation Reinvention Guide walks you through the inner work of taking responsibility for what's yours and releasing what isn't. The link is in my bio.